Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Drewlik and we're doing PvP. Today I'm actually on my powertech, which is a bit weird. You haven't seen him before, but I'm going to play him now a bit more often. I think it's going to be a regular around here. Now I know it really looks like Favour of the Month rolling, but you know, there's always been other classes I have played, and now that I have one class less, i.e. the sniper, there's going to be one class more. So this is kind of, you know, in my standard PvP rotation. So, you know, just going to see him a bit more. So what we're actually trying to do in this game is to completely blow people up. We have got a second powertech and I'm in TeamSpeak with him, so we can just you know, select a target and then just completely destroy it. So as I'm trying exactly that with the Sage, again the Sage is not the best target to do this because they can bubble. Exactly what I just said happens. He will bubble. You see that? Yeah, that's just where he bubbles. Nothing to be had there, unfortunately, so we just switch up the targets, go into him. Very interesting. Also, I have no actual gear on this character right now, as of right now, and he still crits around 7 to 10k, which is, you know, it just shows how the state of the powertech damage dealer right now is, and I have to say it's quite well. I know I don't want to use the word OP because, you know, I just don't want to use it because nothing is truly OP, you know. It always has got some drawbacks, but it is very, very, very strong, you know. Don't want to say OP. You have to, yeah, I have to see. Like the burst is very strong as well, so you know, just have to have a look at that in the future, how this plays out in general PvP meta, like how are you going to deal with the burst the powertech can bring out? So as we you know, this is one of the situations which worked, where we just completely blew someone up right there. Also, we have got the stun timed so that the target gets stunned right before it gets bursted, which is, you know, also a nice thing because then you deny them having any cooldowns. But as you may see, if you're an observant viewer, then you may have seen that our pylon has got tapped, and that we are now without any points this round. This is also due to the enemy team having about 3 tanks. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3 tanks and 2 healers, and you know, a lot of juggernauts, or in this case guardians. And yeah, it's a good group. So you know, I'm not blaming them or judging them for doing something like this. It's quite smart, you know, just to get very tanky things. The drawback, obviously, is you're not going to have much damage, but you know, in general, you will win a lot of games because nobody will die, because you know, the appropriate damage cannot be dealt, and if nobody dies, you know, you can get the objectives. So our big goal right now, as we realize this, because this is exactly the moment where we realize how many tanks they actually have, that we now have to play absolutely objective focused in this game right now, because there is no zerging them down. If they get a pylon, they can defend it, and they will defend it. It's like impossible to. Oh, and look at him!
Intensify forward power! Too late!
He really suicided himself in there just to kill me too, which is kind of insane, but you know, some people are like that. So what we're saying is that if they actually get a pylon, they will not lose it. Most likely not lose it if they are committed to that pylon, because you know, with all of the guardian tanks, you know, as I said, I'm counting about, you know, 2 or 3. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I have to have a look during the game. And yeah, they can just use all of their cooldowns on the pylon, and if they actually got that, then that would be bad. But in this particular situation, as you can see, I just pulled that one guy back from the pylon so that we could tap it. So this is a bit of a misplay on their behalf, and they just immediately sack this pylon and try to get mid to get some points. But I can tell you that we are most likely going to be having more points, because you know, we have the appropriate damage on our side. They do not, with all of their tanks, and we should be able to kill them one by one, slowly and surely. And this is the next blowing up we attempt right here. Don't think it works, because you know, you can see some good damage coming in through the guard, but he actually broke the stun and started healing himself, so no blowing up to be had right there. We actually once killed someone through a guard. That was very nice, you know, because you know you take 50% less damage and stuff like that, and it's very, very difficult to kill someone through a guard. But we actually did manage to do that at some point. You know, this wasn't very well coordinated. So, you know, general theory, our tactic is still strong. We the best in executing it. So as I said, slowly but surely, people are going to die on their side. So they really, really, really have to do something with their, you know, many tanks. You know, as I'm saying, I'm not a big fan of it, but also I'm not hateful towards it. It's just, you know, it's just a different type of gameplay and different combo you try to do that. And that guy again very much got killed. And it's a different tactic, different type of game you have to play if you are rolling 2 healers and, you know, 3 tanks and stuff like that. Then you have to shift your focus on other things in a battleground. And although it is very frustrating to play against, it's not unbeatable. And I'm not hateful towards it. I'm just, you know, the thing is, it kind of in other games, if you maybe know it, there's like stuff. It's called cheesing. You know, if you're doing a cheesy strategy which isn't exactly viable in the broad meta game, then it's called cheesy. And this is kind of what it is. But you know, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Like, it's a random battleground group. Maybe they only have these chars. Maybe they're just having fun. Maybe they're just trying it out. You know, I'm not saying like they're try hard and playing with tanks and shit. As I said, you know, just take it as it comes. It has its drawbacks, and if they accept these drawbacks, and if we can actually get on top of a game because of the drawbacks that they have with these tanks, then, you know, it's okay. It's just very frustrating when you play against it and you cannot capitalize on anything which they're doing. Also, that guy just got completely killed. As I'm like pulling him back, that's also one of the very, very, very nice things about the powertech or Vanguard. I just love it to pull people around and just, you know, just really annoy them. I liked it on my assassin, you know, on the tank, but I've stopped playing tanks in PvP, and it's just so fun to have a class to actually pull people around. It's just so funny. So as you know, we got the pylon last round. We're actually trying to get one this round too. Them heavily killing a guardian, so he didn't had any cooldowns ready right there, as we're trying to burst this guy, and the burst commences right now, and it does work out quite nicely as the other guy unfortunately gets stunned, but he still dies with the nice rail shot right there. That wasn't the perfect burst, but it was a very nice burst right there. Didn't work out that well. Now we are trying to counter-tap their pylon. Right here we are only 3 people around here and doing our best to draw them over here so that we can tap our pylon, and this is what we just did. We tapped our pylon, so very nicely done by us right here. So everything that was done was worth it. We drew about the attention of about 4 people to this pylon, so they could not reinforce their pylon over there. So no, he just bubbled and just interrupted us because, you know, we were kind of trying to get that pylon, but, you know, that was not possible right there, unfortunately. And as I'm just bursting that guy away, everybody jumps in and kicks us around like the little playing balls that we are for him. So now we say, well, we need an exit strategy. Maybe we can get out. Nice exfiltration going on right here. You know, our mission is complete. Now we just have to get us out alive. So what we do is, you know, we just group up, and our healer heals us, and we just jump right back into here. As I am kind of trying to burst that guy. Yeah, we pulled him in. This is where the burst commences, and yeah, he just immediately gets deleted right there through a nice series and set of burst abilities. And I know I'm not playing the Vanguard, or better to say the powertech perfectly right now, but, you know, I'm still in the stage of learning it, and, you know, it's quite alright. It's quite decent. I'm not pulling the high numbers that I should be pulling right now, but, you know, it's quite okay to actually burst some people. So I have to learn. So be gentle with me in that sense. and this is where we find the next target to burst right here. I do believe that we actually managed to do so. Yes, nice big burst coming in, and it's dead. Very nice. Didn't actually have a guard right there, which is always very nice if you have a nice Sage healer without a guard. And this one has a guard, but we kill him nonetheless, as we should do, as the tank dies simultaneously. So with this last pylon tapped, this game is firmly in our hand, and we won it. Yeah, I do believe we won it. Right now, we won it because we could kill more than they could do it, and as I said, that's also the drawback of this tank strategy. They couldn't actually deal enough damage to reliably kill us over and over again. So even though they had both pylons at the beginning, we managed the big comeback, and actually, as I said, came back in the late game, in the late stages, where we just killed and killed and killed them over and over again, and just managed to get more points, so that the very first round was irrelevant. Also, this is a good sign where you can actually see where you should, just generally play the games, just play them out. You know, many people leave games right off the bat if something didn't work out as they wanted it to work out. But every game is worth playing. Sometimes you will be surprised of what kind of game is actually still winnable. If I had like Novarkos with like 2%, which I had still won and stuff like that. So just a general reminder to everybody: do not leave games. You're not more likely to win by doing so. So as this game should wrap up in the last 12 or 14 seconds, just running around with that guy, pulling him back. It's very, very, very funny. And the bubble, of course, because why shouldn't he bubble? Very annoying when that happens. And the second bubble, because no kills to be had on the last seconds. So I just betrayed the viewership right here. Oh, I didn't. So we actually did kill some guy. But this is where the gameplay ends. My name is Drewlik. You've been watching Drewlik PvP, and as always, have a good one.